Here's another good example here. Our twins, Adam and Eve, she goes by Eva, but yes, they're named that, turned 18 in March. I helped them get registered. They voted for the first time in the primary. I just dropped off their general election ballots with their wives and mine. Tim and Gilbert, Arizona, 2 new Trump voters. That is exactly right. Own your circle first and foremost. Own your family, own your circle, and then move out in concentric circles from there. That is great. That is 2 new Trump voters. That will help us in the state of Arizona. Okay, this hour, everybody, we are going to be taking questions for those of you that are members. Can we have the members chyron on the bottom, please? It's members.charliekirk.com. Only members are able to ask us questions and engage. So if you are a member, you guys are able to have a dialogue with us this entire hour. Being a member, you can listen to all of our episodes advertiser-free. Gets behind all the work we're doing on these college campuses. So consider becoming a member, and we'll send you a red hat. Members.charliekirk.com. Okay, Adrian is first. Adrian, what is on your mind? Thank you for being a member.
Well, good morning, Charlie.
How are you?
Good. I think you were at the Duck game Saturday.
I was, yes.
What? Good choice on games. How fun was that?
Oh, my goodness. It was amazing. I've not had a chance to talk about it actually on the show. I've been so busy. First time I ever went to Autzen Stadium. I'm a lifelong Ducks fan. My whole family went to University of Oregon. My uncle, my dad, my aunt. And always wanted to go to Autzen. And they say it was one of the best games in Oregon history and probably the best game in Autzen Stadium history. So pretty awesome.
I don't think I could hear for a day after that game.
Hey, so okay, hold on, Adrian. No. This is important, okay? Then I finally got. So were you at the game?
Yes.
All right, here we go. How loud was it?
It was the loudest I've ever heard, seriously. And I go to all the games. That was packed to the end. Totally exciting.
So Adrian, this is important. So I wore earplugs and I took a picture and went on the internet and I was mocked mercilessly. Do you understand why I wore earplugs? Do you defend my decision, Adrian?
Absolutely. I don't, and that's probably why I couldn't hear for a day. So you probably got to go to work the next day and hear everybody. So it's probably, for you, it was probably a good idea. For me, I've gone to too many games, so I've lost some of my hearing, but it's been worth it every minute.
But you've lost some of your hearing. All right, Adrian, people, when I tell them that Autzen is the loudest place in the country, they don't believe it. They have no idea, but I'm sorry I didn't see you there. Did we run into each other, Adrian? I don't know if we did or not at the game.
No, we didn't. No, but maybe next time. There's only 80,000 plus people there, I think, or whatever it was, but a lot.
Well, all right. So, Adrian, what's your question? Sorry, I had to get that out there because my team has been just ridiculing me for wearing earplugs, and they have no idea how loud it was there. It's the equivalent of sitting next to an ambulance for 3.5 hours. Okay, so
absolutely.
All right, Adrian, what's on your mind?
Well, I'm coming down to chase the vote down in Arizona,
Terrific.
And I'm excited for it later this month. And I just wanted to see if you could just share what a typical day is going to be like down there for me.
Yeah, so it's a great question. First, we'll train you up so you know exactly what to do. But you'll wake up around 8 or 9, and we'll show you a specific neighborhood where we need you to be. We'll provide all the transportation, and with the Turning Point Action app, you'll see that you have like 12 or 14 houses that you need to hit to try and motivate them to vote early and to get their ballot in. So ballot chasing is effectively you are knocking on doors to try to remind people, get that ballot in, get that ballot in. And of course, the peaks of that will be early afternoon or evening. And then sometimes during the day, people are kind of hanging around, and weekends are the best. So it's a lot of relations, a lot of face-to-face contact. I just want to thank you, Adrian, for doing this. It is so important for you to want to get out the vote, bring people out to vote for Donald Trump. And in Arizona, it's more necessary than ever. So God bless you.
Absolutely. Thanks so much, and have a great day.
And go Ducks. Thank you, Adrian.
Woohoo!
All right. Who do we have next? Edmund. Edmund, thank you for being a member. What's on your mind?
Yes, hello. My name is Edmund. Yeah, I'm one of 15 kids from Indiana.
Whoa.
I'm currently studying at Benedictine University, which I got to say is one of the best universities in the country.
In Kansas, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know if I could name anybody who's not voting for Trump here.
That's amazing. So just kind of pause. Sorry, Edmund. Benedictine is a Catholic school. In fact, it's the school that Harrison Butker gave the speech that everyone was so offended by. So you're one of 15. I imagine you're from a Catholic family, just kind of connecting the dots. 15 kids plus going to Benedictine. This is important, though. So at Benedictine, which is very devout Catholics, you'd say that it is overwhelmingly Trump. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. They did something with they had this guy dressed up as Trump yesterday, and there was like the chants of USA throughout the crowd there. So yes, very very overwhelming Trump.
I love that. So just really quick, Edmund, I want to get to your question though. So the Catholic vote is actually one of the more decisive votes that will the entire election hinges upon. Do you see versus 2020 of now in your Catholic community, family of 15? Joe Biden says he's a practicing Catholic. I'm not going to judge that. You can judge that. I find it hard to believe. But do you think that Donald Trump is doing better with Catholic voters than he was versus running against Joe Biden in 2020?
Yes, I think so. And also, we have a lot of church leaders who have spoken out courageously, saying basically, you need to vote in this election. You need to vote for Trump. We have an exorcist, Father Chad Ripperger, and he said you do need to vote in this election. And Father Chad is somebody a lot of Catholics follow, especially ones who really care about their faith. And believe me, nobody thinks Joe Biden's a real Catholic.
Well, I agree, but I'm not one. I'm not going to tell Catholics what is right or wrong, because I am not a Catholic. However, I love Catholics and such great respect. So, Edmund, I think that's so important, though. And I just want everyone to be clear. Right now, there are more Catholics speaking out in favor of Trump than evangelicals. I've seen it firsthand. The evangelical church is largely silent, not active, doesn't really care. The data shows it. Catholics are motivated. They're fired up. They're doing the work. Edmund, I don't know if you have a question or just that's what you wanted to talk about, but any thoughts you have, please share.
Yeah, I would say yes. Catholics are completely fired up. I was blown away by this university. You got to come to Benedictine after the election. We're building a replica of the Independence Hall in Philadelphia. But my question was, with the whole "Make America Healthy Again," some of the problems we've been having, and I'll just kind of introduce. My dad is a professor who graduated from Yale and Cornell with a PhD, and I guess you could kind of say, like J.D. Vance, he didn't really have family connection. But one of the things is, he's very bright. But one of the things we started to notice is the agriculture industry has been destroyed by government red tape. Like, for example, until I moved to Kansas, all of our fields were soybean and corn. And that is a government thing that happened. So does Trump have any plans in terms of agriculture? And then I also wanted to put out there that, yeah, my dad's a professor, and if there's any way we can help with this whole movement, it would be great. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Well, yeah, as far as agriculture, I can't speak too much to the specifics of it. But yes, there is going to be a push for regenerative agriculture to allow us to continue to have the best produce and the best harvests imaginable. Big agriculture really needs to be reined in, but everyday farmers and the backbone of the farmers of this country, of the farmers on the backbone, need to be protected and defended, because I think that's one of the reasons we're the greatest nation on the planet. So, Edmund, thank you so much. God bless you. And
just one more question.
Yeah,
sorry,
really quick.
I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm studying mechanical engineering. I'm doing a lot of research work. And one of the other things I've noticed with red tape is there's so much red tape against technological advancement. And I'm just wondering also, is there any chance that Trump is going to kind of come and cut a lot of the red tape? Because we have so many issues developing stuff, especially as somebody who's studying mechanical engineering and working. Like, we had a seminar on nuclear propulsion, and just the amount of red tape that prevents us from developing fusion or even fission engines in space is just insane. And it's not even like about the safety. It's about what they think. So
yes,
yeah.
I mean, one of the things he did in the first term was get rid of stupid regulation, cut a ton of regulation and